Hey guys, Tech Timmy here. In this video, we're going to be unboxing the DJI Avata 360 drone. This is the Motion Fly More combo. And I'm also going to do a full features review, and if you stick around to the end of the video, I'll let you know where you can download this cool, snazzy spec sheet that I made with callouts for all of the various parts and so forth. So without further ado, let's get this out of the box. Let's go.
Oh boy. It's Tech Timmy time.
Alright, so I will start off by saying that this is not a sponsored video, nor did I pay for it with my own money. A friend of mine bought this, and he said, he knew that I had a tech YouTube channel, and he said he thought that this would play well on the channel. So he said, why don't you go ahead and actually do the unboxing and so forth on your channel? And I thought, very cool. So thank you, Johnny.
Here's Johnny.
All right, so let's get it out of the box here. And the other thing I will say is that I'm not a drone expert by any stretch of the imagination, but I have owned a few less expensive drones in the past, and I have some other content on my channel on those. But I did do a ton of research on this and watched a bunch of videos and put together some notes and some spec sheets and things for you guys that hopefully, and I'll include all of this stuff so that you guys can download it. Hopefully you just stick around and watch the video until the end before you do so.
Whoa!
All right, so the box itself is well done. It lists out all the box contents, which I will go over with you in a moment here. The version that I got is the one that has the headset and also the controller. So it does not have I think it's called RC2 maybe, which is the one that looks like a tablet, but you can still fly this without it using the headset and also the controller as well. So I'm super stoked and excited. This is the first high-end drone that I've tried. So yeah, without further ado, let's get this out of the box here. So we have the QR code here using the smartphone, and that's probably going to show us a video, but hey, this is Tech Timmy, right? We're gonna make our own video. All right, here we go. And I will say that I do have my unboxing rig set up a little bit differently here, as this box is pretty thick, if you will.
Fog as thick as peanut butter.
You mean pea soup?
All right, so we have our nice canvas bag here. Yeah, and while I'm getting this out of the box, one of my favorite YouTube comments, can't remember the video that I saw it on, but basically the guy left a comment and he said, my wife said, it's either you or the drone. And the guy replied, he told his wife, and he said, I'm going to miss her. I thought that was great. So the bag seems really well done, so much to the point where it's tied up into a bow. And yeah, let's get the goods out here. Super excited if you can't tell. This seems like a nice bag. So we have all of the goodies here. I'm going to fast forward through this bit and lay everything on the table for you guys. Guys, as you can see, DJI has pretty much thought of including everything possible, including some snacks. So good on that. And just real quickly here, obviously we have the drone here, so the main event. So here is that 650 degree, actually I think that is a protective cover. It is. So that's the protective cover, and then we have our 360 degree camera here, which my understanding is can shoot up to 8K at 60 frames per second, which is just crazy. And in addition to the 360 degree mode, there's also an FPV, which I believe is first person view mode. So that's more of a traditional drone mode, but you can shoot this just like you had a just like it was a DJI 360-degree camera, which is awesome, particularly if you're, covering different types of terrain, or like for me, I'm over the ocean here, and I think I can actually get some really, really beautiful footage using the 360-degree camera. So it comes with three, not one, not two, but three batteries, which is great. I think the runtime on this is, I believe it's 23 minutes per battery. Yeah, so 23 minutes per battery. So about an hour, a little over an hour, a little math there, with the three batteries, which is, for a drone of this stature, that is excellent. And here we have our handheld controller, and I will go through this in more detail as part of my review. And then we have our very sort of Apple-esque and Meta style headset here. Back allows us to loosen and tighten it. How cool is that? So it makes it super easy to get it on and off. And then here we have, so we can take a look inside. A little bit of foam. We love foam. And then we have our, obviously, I will also get into this more during the review later as well. So, cleaning cloth, USB-C to C cable, an Allen wrench. This guy right here is the landing pad, which is pretty epic. And I guess I believe that is a helicopter thing. And of course you have the DJI logo down there, but that's pretty snazzy. I love that. Yeah, I can't wait to get this out and up in the sky. All right, so now we get everything out of the box. Let me just do a very quick features rundown, and I will also review the rest of the stuff as soon as that segment is done. So let's do that now. Designed to combine immersive FPV flying with the creative freedom of a 360-degree camera, the DJI Avata 360 captures everything around the aircraft in up to 8K at 60 frames per second. Because the whole scene is recorded, you can reframe your shot afterward or switch to traditional forward-facing 4K video. The Fly More package I unboxed includes the DJI Avata 360 and the Goggles N3 VR headset. A connected phone lets everyone else follow the live view. My sons were here last week for Casey's birthday, so I handed them the setup. They had it running in less than an hour, and then we all took turns. The VR headset definitely takes some getting used to. You are not watching the drone in the sky, rather, you see only what the drone sees through its live camera feed. That is why I would recommend adding the DJI RC2 controller. As you can see, the footage is pretty stunning, especially for a bunch of noobs. I will leave links to the Avata 360, the DJI RC2 controller, and my free downloadable spec sheets in the description. Okay, let's wrap up the unboxing, and I will give you my final initial thoughts. So probably the most important feature to call out here is that 360-degree camera with the 8K video. So you got two cameras that capture everything around the drone in extremely detailed 8K video at up to 60 frames per second. So that is just crazy. That's better than iPhone level video quality, which is amazing. At least the current iteration of the iPhone. So they also give you 4 extra propellers. I'll just go through the rest of the stuff real quick here. Here we have some additional, I believe that is additional cabling or cleaning, and we have our cleaning supplies, of course, an Allen wrench to install the propellers, and then our documentation, which looks a little bit thin, I will say. And of course, I think that QR code on the in the box there, you want to scan that to sort of get the high level overview from the company. But in terms of how to set it up and get it calibrated and all that good stuff. But the thing that makes me crazy about all these companies is that they have these menus with the little itty bitty type, which is so hard to read, particularly when you really want to. You need detailed instructions in order to do a setup such as this. So that's where hopefully my document is going to come in, and I'm actually I'll work with the AI to actually get the fonts up. Even on mine, the fonts default to the small type. So I'm going to actually get that up and get it a little bit more clear. And then also I'll put together a little quick start guide as well. And all of that stuff I will leave down below in the description if you're interested in linking to it. But for today, just an unboxing, and just really wanted to get all of the parts out here and show you guys. And hopefully this wasn't too messy, but basically that is a non-expert's view of what you get for the DJI Avata 360. So I hope this video helped you guys. If it did, if you wouldn't just mind giving it a thumbs up, helps out the channel a lot. And please subscribe for a fun take on tech and for a lot more on this drone. Drop a comment down below and let me know if you want to see any particular scenarios. And yeah, I hope to see you next video.